Cadel, do you think you've got enough kilometres in the legs since the Tour de France? You've done a couple of races, but are you satisfied with the preparation?
Yeah, it's been training. Like I come here on a training base rather than a racing base, as I did in the Vuelta last year. But yeah, the Vuelta is normally the way to get ready to win the Worlds. But I'm the odd one out when I'm the one that did Vuelta for the GC and was podium and then won the Worlds. So this year I'm the one that doesn't do the Vuelta and goes on training. But that was a decision I had to make nearly 12 months ago, whether we ride Giro and so on. And that was all looking towards moving BMC into another level in terms of getting a Tour de France start and so on. I'm pretty happy with the way it's gone. You never know till the day. You can be sure till the day. But I think it's going well. The races I had in Belgium there were good, and they were pretty suitable races for here, similar conditions, similar weather conditions, similar types of climbs and so on. And they all went pretty well, but you know, I had a situation, broken arm in July, had the rest in August, trained hard in September, and here I am in October.
Just an observation, I think it's the first time we've seen the rainbow colours on the national jersey.
Is it allowed there? I didn't check the rules. National team will have to pay the fine.
Cadel, you won last year in Mendrisio. You were almost a neighbour of the course. Here, are you more local than in Mendrisio?
I don't know. I live further away from the course, but anyway, you know, Australia, everything's further away. I live 20 kilometres away from the course here. From here, I'm 20 kilometres away in Barwon Heads. It's certainly close by. I ride the. It's funny, the last climb in the Worlds in Mendrisio is one I think I do every second training ride. It's one of my second most used route to get home from my training rides. Whereas urban Geelong wasn't until they named it the World Championships course that I actually trained on the climbs. But it's between Varese, 12 kilometres away from my house in Europe, Mendrisio, 3 kilometres away from my house in Europe, Geelong, 18 kilometres away from my house here. It's a bit strange. Hopefully we can. Yeah, if we can repeat like last year, it'd be great, but we'll see.
Have you ever raced in Geelong in your life?
Yes, but many years ago. Criteriums and only criteriums, actually, in the criterium series that we've had here. That's all of the only races I've done in Geelong in the last few years. I haven't raced that much in Australia. And hence, those who see how much I race in Europe would understand why.
You feel like the local idol?
I don't know if I'm the local idol, but I'm certainly the only Geelong guy in the men's road race, that's for sure.
The Italian team has a high level of detail in their preparation. Paolo Bettini's been, quite open about that. Are you happy with the level of detail in the preparation from Neil and the guys? Yeah,
I think it's we had pretty good training there, and in this week, and I think for us probably staying away from here is a better thing, because our job is to come here and race our bikes, not be here for on public relations things. That's why we go. Well, that's why I go to the Amy Gillett ride and so on. Where you have time to deal with people and so on. I think we've had a good training training group up there in Canberra, and it's gone well. As far as seeing the course, everyone's come and rode it in January, and Simon Gerrans has probably ridden it the most recently, but even he was here 2 weeks ago, and I don't think the bridge was open then, the race bridge, so yeah, we're going pretty good.
Cadel, can you tell us the mood of the team, the riders? Tell us about the unity, the bonding.
Yeah, I'd say it's we're going well. Everyone's normal. Everyone's a little bit nervous, but that's a good sign. It means they all want to do well. And there's a couple of the guys are going really, really good. I won't say who just yet, but we can see we had a pretty hard ride on Wednesday, and a couple of guys are going surprisingly well, which is nice to see. And yeah, there's I think we've got a good group, and especially after the result last year, people, we're here to, we can win it. So we're going in with that mentality. Whether we will or not, we'll see on the day.
But can you compare the bond among your fellow Australians compared to the environment you might be used to in a team situation?
One thing that's difficult if we come together as a national team, because we race against each other all year, that's our job. But what I like about in these last few years, someone like Stewie or Albie or Mick. I've been racing with Mick at Worlds since under 23 Worlds, so I actually know him quite well. Stewie, I think we've ridden 4 or 5 World Championships together, Albie 3 or 4, and so a couple of us there, we've been racing for a long time. Matt Hayman as well, I think Common Games and Worlds, we must have done 6 or 7 of them together, and same thing since under 23. So amongst most of the guys, we know each other pretty well, and even though we come together for a short amount of time, I've got to say it's in terms of compared to most teams I've ever been, you know, you get a lot of laughs with those guys.
Just going back to Aldo, will you sit down with him at all between now and the race? Do we play any part in the preparation for you?
If I get a chance to, I'd like to see him, yeah, but I'm more interested in his health, and then the race. You know, most of my work's pretty much done now, and you know, we've planned everything carefully well in advance like we normally do. I'm more concerned for his health and well-being at this stage.
Would it be a matter of dedicating the win to him? Or?
Oh, first you've got to win it, eh? But I'd certainly the motivation. Most people in my situation would have stopped their season after the tour. You know, I had a broken arm and I was out, and most people go on a holiday. I was going every day to the physiotherapist in August. You know, I had you know, want to fight it till the end while Aldo's still around with us, and give it everything I've got as he's given to my career since we started working together. And his situation has certainly pushed me a lot further than I would have otherwise gone this year.